Hello and welcome back to the workshop, where today we're joined by Cav from Cavalex Models to take a closer look at Batch 2 of the Run 1 Class 60s. And we've got a really nice collection of different liveries here, which actually wind the clock back from what we first saw on these.
They do, yeah. Batch 2 encompasses all the original triple grey liveries and some of the mid-90s kind of era ones as well.
Yeah, because it kind of predates the Super 60 era, isn't it? So,
yeah, kind of, yeah.
And for all modelers of the sector era, there's a great selection of models to collect here as well.
There is, yeah. There's all the sectors. There's the petroleum, the construction, coal, and metals. So there's something for everyone, really.
Yeah. With the first batch of locos from Run 1, they were mainly focused on the Super 60. So are there any detailed differences between the bodies on these compared to those?
There are, yeah. The detailed differences are mainly on the extended range fuel tanks regarding the Super 60 project, but also when the locomotives were first introduced in the late 80s, early 90s, the roof panels were different as well. So depending on which model it is, which number it is, it will have the correct roof ports, governor ports, that kind of thing on the roof that represents that particular locomotive in that particular era. The original locomotives also had the open horns as well, which, of course, if you look at the later ones, they had snow shields fitted, so they look flat rather than sort of an open horn that you'd expect to see on them on.
Yeah. We love a limited edition, and here at Key Model we're partnering with leading manufacturers to create bespoke double-O gauge locomotives for steam and diesel era modellers. In stock now, we've got Helgem Class 47s in portable livery, Hornby Cross Country HST power cars, and Bachmann Class 40s in large logo blue. Plus, you can also pre-order our new collection of limited editions for release during 2025 and 2026, including Colas Rail liveried HST power cars by Hornby, a Clark Railworks WD210 in LMR 1960s era blue, and a Cavalex Models Class 56 finishes 56103 in DC Rail Grey. Visit keymodelworld.com/shop to check out the full collection. So there are actually quite a few differences, really, aren't there?
Yeah.
I know it's small details in terms of some of them, but there are, the 60s, whilst they outwardly, if you look to them from the outside, they kind of look the same from the outside only when you look at them across their lifetime. But actually, it is those details that make the difference.
Absolutely. I mean, it's one of those locomotives that, to the layman, you'd look at it and you think, well, every one of them's the same, and they always have been. But, when you dig into it and you look at all the individual details and the sort of different parts and things they've been fitted over the years, there's a lot of difference between all of them, and we've tried to capture that in each individual number that we've produced.
And in terms of the actual locomotive identities you chose, are there specific reasons why they've been selected?
A lot of them are ones that we like personally. 027 was one that I saw as a child in Chesterfield on the tanks and whatnot. The Charles Francis Brush is a special. It was the 1000th loco built by Brushworks, so there are reasons behind them, really. Yeah.
It's a nice collection. And then in terms of the mechanical specification inside, is that identical to the first batch that came?
It is, yeah. It is, yeah. The only difference is that we had a minor problem with the first batch that arrived, where we had noisy gears on some of them. We've had the factory correct that before these were delivered, so that delayed the project a little bit for batch 2, but the customers no longer has to deal with that themselves.
Yeah. And in terms of the motor and drivetrain, what do people actually get inside of these?
You get a standard 5-pole motor, which is very powerful, double flywheel, and then it's a gearbox system into an A1A kind of setup. So you've got that floating centre axle to allow for uneven track, and it's essential really for the P4 fine scale models, because their track is obviously a lot more sensitive to that kind of thing.
And in terms of each loco, each one's available both DCC ready and sound fit, isn't it?
They are, yeah.
So it's the same ESU sound file inside?
It's exactly the same sound file,
yeah. And that's playing through one of their passive radiators.
It is,
yeah. To get a nice crisp and clear sound.
It is. To us, it's the sort of crispest and sort of high-end speaker on the market currently. And we have to utilise that because we want the best sound, really. And I think it reflects that. Yeah.
Super. And in terms of the actual creation of them all, have you got any particular highlights of these that you think little details or big things that really stand out for you as from doing the project?
Oh, there's lots of details, really. The bogey pipework is massively fine. We love that. The BMAC headlights, they're a standout detail. You forget that under a microscope. You can see all the moulded surface detail that's on the real one. You've got the ridges on the light units as well, which the real one has, and that actually works functionally on the lights as well. So as you sort of look at the headlight from the side, it's not quite as bright, and then you get in front and it almost focuses into your eyes like the real one does. So that's a bonus. And then of course we've got the magnetic buffer beams as well, which allow to sort of switch out the fully detailed buffer beams with the coupling capable ones at the drop of a hat, really.
Yeah, that does make it very simple to switch buffer beams. So we've tried that many times with our own one, so that's a really nice addition to the locos there. Super. And then presumably these are all in stock now?
They are, yep. They're available from most of our retailers. We have some special edition ones that are to dedicated retailers, but of course, if you contact that retailer, you'll be able to get your version of it. So Rails of Sheffield have got 098, sorry, and the 081 in the green. And Ultimate Model Railways, I've got the Transrail ones if you want those, so that's 097 and 034.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for joining us today, Cav, and for bringing all these locos in and the wagoners to run with them as well. They look fantastic with the correct scaling trains all running behind them.
Yeah.
And thank you for joining us at home. Thanks for watching. And you can see more on the Cavalex Models Batch 2 of Run 1 Class 60s in the next issue of Hornby Magazine. That's issue 221, our November 2025 issue. Thank you very much for watching today. I will see you next time.